और टीवी विच तुहाडा बहुत बहुत स्वागत है जी। मैं हाँ तुहाडा होस्ट चीमा। मैं एक मॉर्गेज ब्रोकर हाँ जी, अकाल मॉर्गेज इंक नाल लाइसेंस नंबर 10845। मैं एक रियल एस्टेट ब्रोकर भी हाँ विद रीमैक्स प्राइम प्रॉपर्टीज। दोनों सर्विसेज एक छत थले प्रोवाइड करदा जी इन ग्रेटर टोरंटो एरिया। I go as far as Kitchener, Waterloo, Hamilton as well. सब तो पहला तो असी उन्हां सारे सज्जनां नूं जिन्हां दे अज जन्म दिन है, जिन्हें अज अपनी सालगिरह मना रहे हैं, ते जिन्हां दे घर नव जन्मियां दा उत्सव मनाया जा रहा है, उन्हां सारिआं नूं लख लख वधाई देनी चाहां। परमात्मा तुहानूं इदां ही खुश रखे ते तुसीं अपनी कोशिश अपने मुहल्ले, अपने शहर, अपने स्टेट या प्रोविंस, अपने देश नूं शामिल करो। खुश रहो, दूजिआं नूं भी खुश रखो। मन की शांति जिन्नी फैलाओगे उन्नियां माड़ियां घटनावां घटणगीआं। असी अज मार्केट की कुछ इनफॉर्मेशन तुहाडे नाल शेयर करांगे कि पील रीजन दे विच, यॉर्क रीजन दे विच या डुरम दे विच की चल रहा है। ये डाटा असी सारा टोरंटो रीजनल रियल एस्टेट बोर्ड के मल्टीपल लिस्टिंग सर्विस प्लेटफॉर्म तो पिक करते हैं जी। प्रेजेंट किया जाता है विदाउट एनी रिप्रेजेंटेशन एज टू इट्स एक्यूरेसी एंड एनी वारंटी टू एक्यूरेसी। सो डाटा थर्ड पार्टी तो आता है, पर यह जो सोर्सेज ने बहुत ही ज़्यादा रिलायबल ने, असी इन्हां ते यकीन कर सकते हैं। पर जो डाटा डिस्कस किया जाता है जरूरी नहीं कि तुहाडे पर्टिकुलर इंटरस्ट की प्रॉपर्टी उत्ते भी लागू होए। इसलिए बहुत जरूरी है कि तुसी अपने रियल्टर नाल बैठ के डिटेल दे विच उस कैटेगरी के मकानों बारे, जिस कैटेगरी के मकानों में तुसी देख रहे हो, जिन्होंने तुसी बाय करना चाहते हो। जो तुसी टाउन होम बाय करते हो तो टाउन होम की गल करोगे, फ्री होल्ड है कि कंडोमिनियम है, तुसी उहदा रिस्पैक्टिव डाटा एनालाइज करोगे, ना कि ओवरऑल कंपोजिट डाटा जिहड़ा कि असीं अक्सर तुहानूं अपनी इत्थे स्क्रीन के उत्ते दिखा रहे हैं ते नाल असीं अपडेट तुहानूं दिंदे हैं। सो हर एक डाटा हर एक मकान टाइप का डिफरेंट रखा जाता। तो उस तरह के असीं अज तुहानूं ये भी दसना चाहांगे कि हर वीरवार साडे नाल एबट्सफोर्ड दे एक जाने माने रियल्टर जुड़ते हैं जी। उन्होंने नाम अमृत सूरा जी, पूरा नाम जे मैं गलत नहीं है तो अमृत पाल सूरा जी। वो साडे नाल कुछ एबट्सफोर्ड की गल करनगे, कुछ जनरल गल्लां असीं साडे आंढ गुआंढ दे विच की हो रहा उहदी गल करांगे, ते असीं कुछ वो भी जिक्र करना चाहांगे जिहड़ा कि लोकां दे उत्ते एक माड़ा असर पाउंदा। अजकल असीं देख रहे हैं कि सुसाइड करन तो पहला लोकी कैमरा चकदे अपने फोन का वीडियो करते हैं। उन्हां कोल टाइम हुंदा टिकटॉक ते वीडियो पोस्ट करन दा, अपने लिए एविडेंस पोस्ट करन दा। ते मैनूं ये समझ नहीं आ रही कि यह जिहड़ी गतिविधि है, एक्टिविटी है, क्यों इन्नी ज़्यादा प्रचलित हो रही है। कुछ साल पहला सुनिया सीगा कि जी किसी ने लाइव कैमरे में सुसाइड किया। व्हाट्स द आइडिया ऑफ डूइंग इट? क्यों लोगों नूं तुसीं ट्रिगर करते हो? जे तुहानूं अपनी जिंदगी निराश करती है तो तुसीं दूसरे लोगों नूं क्यों उकसाउने हो? पहला तो सुसाइड करना ही एक बहुत वड्डी बेवकूफ़ी है जी। असीं पीस 24 RETV ते इसकी बिल्कुल सपोर्ट नहीं करते। एक मैंटल सिचुएशन है, जरूरत है एक डॉक्टर को जान दी, काउंसलर को जान दी, पुलिस को जान दी, अपनी कंप्लेंट रखन दी। कानूनी व्यवस्था जिहड़ी है वो बनी हुई है तुहाडीआं गल्लां सुनन वास्ते। जे तुहानूं कोई बंदा हैरान परेशान करदा, तुसीं उस बंदे के खिलाफ कंप्लेंट करके रिस्ट्रेनिंग ऑर्डर लै सकते हो। काहदी इन्नी मजबूरी है कि तुसीं यह एक्सट्रीम स्टैप चक्कण लई मजबूर हो जाते हो। मनोदशा तुहाडी कुछ भी होवे, पर तुसी ये अख्तियार नहीं रखते कि होर लोगों की जिंदगी नूं तुसी खतरे च पा दे। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸਬੂਤ ਵੀ ਦੇਣੇ ਹੈ ਤਾਂ ਸਬੂਤ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਦੇਣ ਦੀ ਬਜਾਏ ਪੁਲਿਸ ਨੂੰ ਭੇਜੋ। ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਨੂੰ ਖਤਮ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰੋ। ਪੁਲਿਸ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ, ਇਹੋ ਜਿਹੇ ਕੇਸਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਮਦਦ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਤਿਆਰ। ਇਸੇ ਸੋਚ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਕਿ ਸੁਸਾਈਡ ਇਜ਼ ਨਾਟ ਦਾ ਵੇ ਆਊਟ। ਕਦੇ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਜਾਏਗਾ ਕਿ ਜੀ ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਵਧੀਆ ਗੱਲ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁਖੀ ਹੋ, ਖਤਮ ਕਰ ਲਓ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ। ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਹੀ ਗਲਤ ਰੁਝਾਨ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਅਸੀਂ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਨਰੇਬਲ ਗੈਸਟ ਨੂੰ ਸਕਰੀਨ ਤੇ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਈਏ, ਅਸੀਂ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਕੋਟ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਫਿਰ ਇਸ ਸੁਸਾਈਡ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਫਿਰ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਕੱਲ ਬਰੈਂਪਟਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਅਟੈਕ ਹੋਇਆ ਇੱਕ ਇਨਸਾਨ ਦੇ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਬਾਹਰ। ਉਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਉਹ ਇੱਕ ਜਾਣੇ ਮਾਨੇ ਰੀਅਲ estate ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਮੀਡੀਆ ਪਰਸਨ ਹੈ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਬਾਰੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਅਟੈਕ ਹੋਇਆ, ਉਹਦੀ ਕੋਈ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਪਰ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਚੱਲੀਏ, ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ ਇੱਕ ਸਾਈਕੈਟਰਿਸਟ ਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਜਿਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਕਾਰਲ ਮੈਨਿੰਗਰ ਔਰ ਮੈਨਿੰਜਰ, ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਨਾਂਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੈ। ਕਾਰਲ ਅਗਸਟਸ ਮੈਨਿੰਜਰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ। ਜੁਲਾਈ 22 1893 ਵਿੱਚ ਟੋਪੀਕਾ ਕੈਨਸਾਸ US ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਗਮਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਜੁਲਾਈ 18 1990 1990 ਇਹ 96 ਈਅਰ ਦੀ ਉਮਰ ਪੂਰੀ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਸ ਦੁਨੀਆ ਨੂੰ ਅਲਵਿਦਾ ਕਹਿ ਗਏ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਕਿ ਬਾਈ ਆਕੂਪੇਸ਼ਨ ਇਹ ਸਾਈਕੈਟਰਿਸਟ ਸੀਗੇ ਜੀ, ਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਵੀ ਲਿਖੀਆਂ। ਇੱਕ ਕਿਸਮ ਦੀ ਇਹ ਅਥਾਰਟੀ ਹੈ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੂਗਲ ਉੱਤੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਰਚ ਕਰੋਗੇ KARL MENNINGER ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਉੱਤੇ ਇੱਕ ਡਾਕੂਮੈਂਟਰੀ ਵੀ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਏਗੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ 30 ਮਿੰਟ ਦੀ ਹੈਗੀ। ਕਾਰਲ ਮੈਨਿੰਜਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਫਸਟ ਲੇਡੀ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਸ ਜ਼ਮਾਨੇ ਦੇ 1959 ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਜੀ, ਲੇਡੀ ਐਲੇਨੋਰ ਰੂਜ਼ਵੈਲਟ ਦੇ ਵੀ ਨੇੜੇ ਤੇੜੇ ਸੀਗੇ, ਜਾਣ ਪਛਾਣ ਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਇਹ। ਸੋ ਟੋਪੀਕਾ ਕੈਨਸਾਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਨਮ ਹੋਇਆ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਾਈ ਕੀਤੀ, ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹ ਸਾਈਕੈਟਰਿਸਟ ਦੇ ਫੀਲਡ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣਾ ਨੂੰ ਐਸਟੈਬਲਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤਾ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਲੀਨਿਕ ਖੋਲ੍ਹਿਆ ਆਪਣਾ, ਜਿਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਮੈਨਿੰਜਰ ਕਲੀਨਿਕ ਸੀਗਾ 1925 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਹ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਖੋਲ੍ਹਿਆ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 1919 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਤੇ ਉਸ ਕਲੀਨਿਕ ਨੂੰ ਇਨਵੈਸਟਰਸ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਸਹਿਯੋਗ ਮਿਲਿਆ। ਇਸ ਵਕਤ ਮੈਨਿੰਜਰ ਫਾਊਂਡੇਸ਼ਨ ਬਣੀ ਹੋਈ ਹੈ ਜੀ, ਜਿਹੜੀ ਕਿ 1941 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਸਟੈਬਲਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਗਈ ਸੀ ਆਫਟਰ ਵਰਲਡ ਵਾਰ 2। ਜਿਹੜਾ ਇਹ ਸਾਈਕੈਟਰਿਸਟ ਸੀਗੇ ਕਾਰਲ ਮੈਨਿੰਜਰ, ਇਹ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਰੋਲ ਪਲੇ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਨ ਫਾਊਂਡਿੰਗ ਦਾ ਵਿੰਟਰ ਵੈਟਰਨਸ ਐਡਮਿਨਿਸਟ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਹਸਪੀਟਲ ਇਨ ਟੋਪੀਕਾ। It became the largest psychiatric training center in the world. He was among the first members of the Society for General System Research. 1946 ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ Menninger School of Psychiatry found ਕੀਤਾ. It was renamed in his honor in 1985 as the Carl Menninger School of Psychiatry and Mental Health Science. In 1952, Carl Tergovnik, who would become one of its closest friends, joined the clinic. ਇਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਹੈ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕਿਤਾਬਾਂ ਲਿਖੀਆਂ ਉਹਦੀ ਲਿਸਟ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੰਬੀ ਚੌੜੀ ਹੈ। ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਲਾਹ ਦਊਂਗਾ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਦੀ ਲਿਸਟ ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਲਈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਤੇ ਜਾਓ, ਕਾਰਲ ਮੈਨਿੰਜਰ ਦੇ ਨਾਂ ਤੇ ਸਰਚ ਕਰੋ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ। ਪੜ੍ਹਨ ਵਾਲੀਆਂ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਨੇ, ਜਾਣਕਾਰੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ 'ਚ ਬੜੀ ਅੱਛੀ ਮਿਲੇਗੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ, ਤੇ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਬਾਰੇ ਬੜਾ ਕੁਝ ਦੱਸ ਕੇ ਜਾਣਗੀਆਂ। ਬੁੱਕਸ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੈ, ਮੈਂ 15-18 ਦੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਬੁੱਕਸ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਗੀਆਂ ਜਿਹੜੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਬਲਿਸ਼ ਕੀਤੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਸ ਜ਼ਮਾਨੇ ਉੱਤੇ। ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਮੈਨ ਅਗੇਂਸਟ ਹਿਮਸੈਲਫ, ਇਹ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਸੁਸਾਈਡ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਰਿਲੇਟਡ ਬੁੱਕ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੋਟ ਵੀ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਅੱਜ ਸਾਂਝੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਚਾਹਾਂਗੇ। ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਜੀ, ਹੋਪ is a necessity for normal life and the major weapon against suicide impulse. Hope. So don't lose hope. Keep your hope. Live longer. ਪਿੱਛੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਗੱਲ ਕੀਤੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਿਲ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਹੱਥ ਰੱਖਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਜੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਧੜਕਣ ਮਹਿਸੂਸ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਇਹਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਯੂ ਹੈਵ ਅ ਪਰਪਸ ਇਨ ਲਾਈਫ। ਸੋ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਰੂਰੀ ਆ। ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਸੁਸਾਈਡ ਕਰਨ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਯਾਦ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਮੈਂ ਸੋਸ਼ਲ ਮੀਡੀਆ ਵੀਡੀਓ ਚਾੜਨੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਹੋਪ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੇ ਨੇੜੇ ਰੱਖੋ। ਮੇਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਇੰਪੋਰਟੈਂਟ ਹੈ, ਰਾਦਰ ਦੈਨ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਮੁਕਾਓ ਤੇ ਨਾਲ 4 ਬੰਦੇ ਹੋਰ ਨਾਲ ਲੈ ਜਾਓ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਿ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਉਸੇ ਹੀ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਬੈਠੇ ਜਿਸ ਪੁਆਇੰਟ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋ। ਯੂ ਟ੍ਰਿਗਰ ਦੇਅਰ ਇੰਪਲਸ ਟੂ ਡੂ ਵਾਟ ਯੂ ਆਰ ਡੂਇੰਗ। ਮੈਂ ਇਹ ਵੀਡੀਓਜ਼ ਰੂਟੀਨਸ ਦੇਖ ਰਿਹਾ। ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਗੱਲਬਾਤ ਕਰੀਏ, ਸਾਡੇ ਗੈਸਟ ਸਾਡੀ ਵੇਟ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਲਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਦਰਵਾਜ਼ਾ ਖੋਲ ਦਈਏ ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਸਾਡੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਆ ਸਕਣ। ਸਰ ਜੀ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ। ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੂਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਚਾਲ?
ਕੀ ਹਾਲ ਹੈ? ਠੀਕ ਹੈ।
ਵਾਹ ਜੀ ਵਾਹ, ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਮੈਂ ਦੇਖਿਆ ਹੁਣ ਇੰਪਰੂਵ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਪਰ ਹਾਲੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਥੋੜਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾ ਗੋਰੇ ਵਾਲਾ ਉਹ ਸੁਣਨ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਲ ਰਿਹਾ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨੌਨ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ। ਜਿਵੇਂ ਸਾਡੀ ਇੰਗਲਿਸ਼ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਐਕਸੈਂਟ ਹੈ, ਉਹਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਚ ਐਕਸੈਂਟ ਹੈ।
ਨਹੀਂ, ਥੋੜੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇੰਪਰੂਵਮੈਂਟ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਹੈ, ਪਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਟਾਈਮ ਲੱਗਦਾ। So just to give you an example, I mean, when I was fully engrossed in my working career in the Middle East and India, because of the workers over there, I was, each and every day my language skills were improving. Now you have to be fully engrossed in that sort of environment all the time in order to learn really well. So forgive me, guys, for not being able to speak our own language in a really concise way. But there's a saying in Swahili, in the Kenyan language, kidogo kidogo nejazi kebaba. A little bit at a time fills the pot, right? So
थोड़ा सा सीखने को मांगता।
Yes, there you go. And I learned something else the other day. Which is a common phrase in India, I believe. So the phrase goes like this. Chal mera pai, ek kam khatam, dusra tayar. Have you heard that before?
चल मेरे भाई, एक काम खत्म दूजा ਪਿਆਰ। ਉਹ ਏਦਾਂ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਇਹਦੇ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਹੋਰ ਵੀ ਕਈ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬਣੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ। ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਭੰਡਾ ਭੰਡਾਰੀਆ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਭਾਰ, ਇੱਕ ਮੁੱਠੀ ਚੁੱਕ ਲੈ ਦੂਜੀ ਤਿਆਰ।
Okay.
ਭੰਡਾ ਭੰਡਾਰੀਆ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਕੁ ਭਾਰ, ਚਲੋ ਅੱਗੇ ਕੰਮ ਲਾਓ ਆਪਾਂ, ਇੱਕ ਕੰਮ ਮੁੱਕਿਆ ਦੂਜਾ ਤਿਆਰ, ਏਦਾਂ ਕਰ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ। ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਲੈਂਗੁਏਜ ਬੜੀ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਜੇ ਇਹ ਇੱਕ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਬੋਲੀ ਜਾਏ, ਬੜੀ ਖੜਵੀ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਹੈ। ਜੇ ਇਹ ਗੁੱਸੇ ਨਾਲ ਬੋਲੀ ਜਾਵੇ, ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿ ਜੇ ਦੋ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਪਸ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਣ, ਲੱਗਦਾ ਲੜ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਭਾਵੇਂ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੋਣ। ਤੇ ਜੇ ਉਰਦੂ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੋ ਬੰਦੇ ਲੜ ਵੀ ਰਹੇ ਹੋਣ ਉਰਦੂ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਵਾਲੇ, ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਆਪਸ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਪਤਾ ਗੱਲ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ, ਇਹ ਲੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਰਹੇ। ਉਰਦੂ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਬੋਲਣ ਨੂੰ ਬੜੀ ਮਿੱਠੀ ਹੈ, ਤੇ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜ਼ੁਬਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਖੜੀ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਕਿਹਾ ਜਾਂਦਾ। ਖੜੀ ਭਾਸ਼ਾ ਮੀਨਸ ਕਿ ਇਹ ਐਨ ਆਕੜ ਕੇ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦੀ ਹੈ, ਚੱਕ ਦਾਂਗੇ ਤੇਰੇ ਫੱਟੇ, ਇਹ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ।
That's right.
ਬੜੀ ਆਪਣਾ ਅੱਜ ਕੱਲ ਕੀ ਚੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਅੱਗੇ ਚੱਲੀਏ, ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸੂਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਮੈਂ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੇ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਵਸਦੇ ਆ, ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਇਸ ਤਿਉਹਾਰ ਨੂੰ ਮਨਾਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਰੱਖੜੀ ਦੀਆਂ ਲੱਖ ਲੱਖ ਵਧਾਈਆਂ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਜੀ। 12 ਅਗਸਤ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖੜੀ ਹੈ ਜੀ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਤੇ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਰੱਖੜੀ ਬੰਨ੍ਹ ਦਿੱਤੀ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਫਟੀ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਵੀ ਰੱਬ ਅੱਗੇ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰ ਚੁੱਕੀਆਂ ਨੇ। ਭਰਾਵਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਵਚਨ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਅਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੁਰੱਖਿਆ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ। ਤੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਕੈਨੇਡਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਰੱਖੜੀ ਕੱਲ ਮਨਾਈ ਜਾਣੀ ਹੈ 12 ਤਰੀਕ ਨੂੰ। ਰਾਖੀ ਦਾ ਤਿਉਹਾਰ ਬੜਾ ਇੱਕ ਪਵਿੱਤਰ ਰਿਸ਼ਤਾ ਜੀ, ਇੱਕ ਭੈਣ ਤੇ ਭਰਾ ਦੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਾ एक प्रतीक है, एक symbolic है of love between brother and sister. So at where the sisters pray for their brothers' long life and safety, the brothers commit to provide security to their sisters. ਇਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਚੰਗੀਆਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਵੀ ਜੁੜੀਆਂ ਕਿ ਜੀ ਭੈਣਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਪੈਸੇ ਵੀ ਮਿਲਦੇ ਆ, brothers usually they give some gift in the form of money, or it could be any other gift as well. So ਬੜੀਆਂ ਚੰਗੀਆਂ ਇੱਕ ਕਿਸੇ refreshing ਹੈ. It is reinforcing the thought that brothers are meant to protect sisters and sisters are there to pray for long life of their brothers. So it is a very auspicious occasion, a festival of India. So I wish everyone celebrating a very happy Rakhi. It was very sad news this morning when I was watching TV, watching India news. A brother was, I think, killed in an accident, and they suspect it was a murder because he had injuries, the only brother of two sisters. Very sad news, but life takes its own course. Nobody can change that. So Mr. Sura, I don't know if you caught what I said before you joined, while you were in the waiting room actually. I see more and more people talking on social media that they are going to commit suicide. Mandeep Kaur of USA was one glaring example. She explained the plight she was going through, her pain, her anguishment. She shared on social media before she committed suicide. And she also posted the surveillance camera video clips supporting that her husband was maltreating her, beating her, and cursing her in Punjabi language. But I am seeing more and more people posting such videos and threatening to commit suicide. I really do not like this trend going on. This is so dangerous for the community, for those vulnerable people who are on social media, maybe looking for some hope, but they are at the trigger point. So when they see someone has done it, they get triggered to do the same act. It's dangerous trend going on. I think social media should put a ban on such videos. If someone is going through those kind of family issues or violence in families, they can make videos. Of course they can do it first person account, but will the video be accepted as evidence in court or not, that is a secondary thing, because these days there are so many voiceovers technologies that can exactly copy a person's voice, and it becomes very difficult to prove it. So why not just go to police and report it rather than doing a video and saying bye to this world?
This is a very tender subject where you've got people who are actually in positions of danger. They have no other hope, right? Yes, there must be some kind of watchdog overviewing what's going on. There should be a way to alert the authority. Like, if you're posting a video and you're in dire straits, okay, as opposed to being an entertainment social media aspect, there's going to be a way to alert the authority. Now, is the authority going to take the next steps in order to protect a citizen? I don't know. What would the police do? They'll say it's a domestic matter, and the unfortunate thing is maybe that lady would put herself in more danger, and like, because I heard a little bit about it. I didn't view the video, family member was telling me that that lady had got to her last straw where she says, I can't take it anymore, right? Well,
Yes, I agree, but Amrit, that is not the final recourse, because they have hope, but they see trouble very close. They bring trouble right here, even if it is minuscule, but it becomes too much. I totally get it. The agony, unable to handle the stress or whatever circumstances. I'm not saying she was not correct, but I don't agree to this fact that she should take an extreme step, leaving her two daughters behind, and she could have lived. She could have lived, she could have got this guy punished in a court of law. Leaving video means nothing. It would have been much easier to pick up a phone and call police. Once it is documented, people get restrained from doing the same act. And she did say once that her dad asked her to file a complaint for an way earlier matter, which they withdrew later on. But the problem is, suicide is not a way out. It's not the best step to take. I totally get the point that only the person who has been going through that mental situation can explain why they took it. But the person is no more here. We, the living beings here, can only talk about what is good or what is bad. It is very hard to predict the circumstances. But what I'm saying is, I hear that if you take 20 seconds to think before you do any heinous act, you may actually stop doing that. You may think of not doing it. So when people have so much time doing video, posting on social media, and then doing this act of killing yourself, being turned against yourself, someone against turning against you is understandable, but one person turning against oneself is not right step. So what I'm trying to do, you are succumbing to your own pressure. And you can live longer, just call authorities, put a complaint in, run away from the house, call neighbors, tell neighbors, say so many things, right? But then posting video triggers very vulnerable people. There is some data, if you Google up, they say when a plane crash happens, many people commit suicide. They are already at tipping point. They see life meaningless. Because they say, oh my God, they were so happy, they will go flying and suddenly they died. So the person on the brink, either side, like a slight tipping will change the mindset. And they commit suicide, their life is worthless. This is not right. This has to be addressed. Mental health is available to people. Talking to your family member is there. Hope should never be left, just like this quote. This is a necessity for life. This is required to prevent someone from committing suicide. It's really important to take care of yourself. But that's anyways, we will not delve too long on this. I have very sad news to share, another sad news to share with everyone, that a Brampton agent, his name is Mr. Jyoti Mansingh, was attacked outside his house. This could be a very disturbing video, so I suggest people watch it with caution. I'm going to share this right here.
oh my goodness.
He was attacked with machete and axe.
Oh my God. What is wrong with these people?
They were masked men. This guy was just getting into his car when they attacked this person. He suffered severe injuries. this lady came to the rescue. That was so brave of her. She could have saved his life. And you can see the car engine running here. The lights are on. This Jeep's engine is running. We strongly condemn such acts of violence. I don't know what happened, what transpired. Time will tell what's going on, who those people were. Police may be investigating later on. But this is sad news. His name is Realtor Jyoti Mansingh. He is described as someone who is a media person. I'm not sure what kind of media person he is, but if you want to see his picture, this is how he looks like. Well-known real estate agent and media personality, Jyoti Singh Maan was attacked by 3 masked men in front of his home on August 4. It was not recent, it was on August 4, sorry. I just saw this video yesterday and today actually, I thought it was yesterday. So this was posted on August 10, 2022. So he was attacked in his own driveway. So sad that this thing happened in the city of Brampton, which is a very vibrant community. So many communities living together in harmony. No idea what's going on in that. So if you are a realtor, you watch this video, I suggest you take precautions. You keep an eye around when you leave your house. It's for everyone. Keep your eyes. There was an attempt by some people, I don't know if it was Brampton or where it was, that they tried to hijack a car or carjack a car by trying to drag. Actually, they did carjacking. They dragged the person outside while she was sitting in the car. They dragged her out and ran away with the vehicle. So you have to be very careful. Things are very dangerous these days because of high cost of living. People have no means to find, and some will find easy way of violence to get what they want in their life. Anyways, these were the social news that I thought were important to talk about. Safety is very important, and mental health is really significant topics. Please, if you are under pressure in domestic abuse situation, please call authorities, call your neighbors, make gestures, tell people this is going on so you can save not only your life but many other lives too. Please be cognizant of the fact that you are putting others to risk before you do anything like that. So I hope you live longer and you do not leave the hope. We will come back after a quick break. Then we'll talk about numbers, about what's going on in real estate and mortgage industry. We'll be back in a second. Are you looking for a reliable legal office that can handle your closing in the most effective manner? If yes, please get in touch with Rakesh Joshi at 416-213-8600. Joshi Law Office provides all the legal advices about real estate law, business law, immigration laws, notarization and affidavits, wills and trust. Give them a call today, 416-213-8600. Are you looking for reliable immigration services? If yes, contact Sukhi Paul at 647-296-4575 or office phone number 905-790-8877. They are located at 219-220 at 7956 Torban Road. It's right at the intersection of Torban Road and Steeles Avenue West. Contact them for all kind of visa services. Finding an honest and diligent insurance and investment advisor is a rarity these days. If you are looking for great advice, contact Mr. Bhupendra Mane, who is the Regional Director of Cosmos Financial Center. They are located at Union number 830 Top Flight Drive, Mississauga. The phone number to call is 647-448-6229. Give them a call today. Is your business suffering from performance? If yes, It is the right time to call Ravinder Duggi at 416-807-7986. She will find out the weak points and the points where the performance issues are paramount and help you fix those issues. Give her a call today. Do not be late. Are you looking to buy or sell your home or any commercial real estate? If yes, call me today at 647-333-2273 or 647-328-3279. I provide services in real estate and mortgages. I am mortgage broker with Akal Mortgages Inc., where when we say yes, we stand behind our promise. Reach out to me today. Do you want to shop right without burning your pockets? If yes, please visit Monisha Discount Warehouse at 377 Burnhamthorpe Road, East Mississauga, Ontario. They are the best. They have all kind of Indian, Pakistani and other local stuff that you can buy at literally throwaway prices. Contact them at 905-361-0773. Monisha Discount Warehouse. D.P. Jain is a well-known name in the fields of accounting. You can contact him today at his cell number 416-305-0080 or his office number 905-790-9327. Once you start working with him, you will never want to leave him. He is 5-star professional. Call him today. D.P. Jain Professional Corporation. PC24 RETV is heard over so many different channels. If you want to promote your business for free, call me at 647-333-2273. You can also send your artwork to contact@paulcheema.com. We are here to be partners in your business success. 647-333-2273.
PC24 RT ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਮੁੜ ਤੋਂ ਸਵਾਗਤ ਹੈ ਜੀ। ਮੈਂ ਹਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਡਾ ਹੋਸਟ ਪਾਲ ਚੀਮਾ। ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਅਮਰਿਤ ਸੁਰਾ ਐਬਟਸਫੋਰਡ BC ਤੋਂ। ਉਹ ਸਰਵਿਸ ਪ੍ਰੋਵਾਈਡ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਹਰ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਕਾਨ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਖਰੀਦਣ ਲਈ, ਪ੍ਰੀ ਕੰਸਟਰਕਸ਼ਨ ਲੈਣ ਲਈ, ਨਿਊ ਬਿਲਡ ਲੈਣ ਲਈ ਜਾਂ ਰੀਸੇਲ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੰਡੋਮੀਨੀਅਮ, ਟਾਊਨ ਹੋਮ ਕੁਝ ਵੀ ਲੈਣਾ ਚਾਹੋ, ਪਲੀਜ਼ ਫੀਲ ਫ੍ਰੀ ਟੂ ਗਿਵ ਹਿਮ ਅ ਕਾਲ ਐਟ 1778-999-1531. He will be happy to assist you. If you are moving from Ontario to Abbotsford, you have the best connection. Once again, phone number to call 778-999-1531. So, Mr. Sura, what's going on in BC market?
So there's obviously rare opportunities up and coming. But there's significant change in. If you look at last August to this August, the number of sales there's a difference of 59%. Okay, so significant drop, and then in the change over the month between July and August, there's about just below 20% difference. So again, holiday season. People are on holidays. Activity has sort of dwindled down. The opening up of the flight restrictions. People have taken a longer vacation. They're abroad.
Yeah.
So the significant changes are happening also because of the mortgage rates that you've put up there. People are still in that. They're on the fence thinking, well, all right, is this the most sensible time to buy? Well, like always, it's only sensible when you think that you have the ability to make those payments committed and not put yourself in financial jeopardy, right? So is activity happening? Yes, it is a lot slower. Now, obviously, the older. When I talk about older agents, I'm talking about older agents within our office who've been in the market for 20, 30 years. They've seen all sorts of cycles, right? So, and in the past, maybe as early as 10 or 12 years ago, the properties were staying on the market a little bit longer. You wouldn't have things flying off the shelf like they were before. The unfortunate thing is that human beings being reactive, we illustrated that point in an earlier conversation. I mean, you're thinking, how reactive are human beings? And that's all sort of playing a big part on the avenue where people think, okay, scarcity creates irrational. The thought of scarcity creates an irrational decision. So they've made decisions based on thinking that they're going to miss out, and that basically has created an increase in the amount you're willing to pay for something, which is a sad state of affairs. So I think this is really the opportunity where people are thinking, all right, well, is this move the necessary move? Is this move required for us to thrive as a family, or that individual person to thrive? The requirement for shelter is there, and basically it's going to be determined by you being able to afford the payments. So
Right. You're right.
So I think having the ability to step back and have a look at the options, really consult with your mortgage specialist, mortgage broker, and make that decision. Because if you've paid your taxes and you have a job, you will have the ability to afford shelter in whichever means possible. I mean, whether you're renting, whether you're buying for the first time, whether you're upsizing. So deals are continuously happening. I think there's going to be a change significantly. I think by the end of September you'll see a little bit more activity happening, because people have come back from their vacations, and the necessity to move has sort of arrived sooner, right? So
Yeah. Well, that's true. Inflation, the whole inflation pressure is on Canadian households. There's an institute in Quebec, in Montreal. I'm not sure if I would be able to pronounce that right. It is called Institut de Recherche et d'Information Socio-Économique, IRIS. So IRIS, they pointed out in one of their analyses that the Canadian corporations are posting over 10% profit. That is a record profit in Canada for Canadian corporations during inflationary times. So they are being protected by Bank of Canada while the entire pressure of inflation is being handled by a normal and average household. So the institute shares that the Canadian households are the only people fighting inflation while the businesses are having fun time with their finances. And it says, to quote them, it says the profits of Canadian corporations went up by more than 10% over the past 4 quarters, or $91 billion in additional net profits. It is profit on top of their profit. According to Joanne Hubbard, IRIS researcher and co-author of the brief, unlike households whose salaries have stagnated, corporations seem to have taken advantage of the inflation to increase their prices. This move has allowed them to rake in record profits while also pushing
inflation rates up. This is something very, very serious, Amrit. That, and this is true. I spoke about this in my yesterday's broadcast, that when the inflation hit the market, so let's talk about grocery stores. Grocery stores buy things in bulk, not today, but maybe a few days in behind. They also order things for the next couple of days, 15, 20, 30, 50 days, whatever it is. So basically their contracts are already signed up with the suppliers coming from India or wherever they're coming from. So those people are going to provide those goods at the rates they agreed to before the inflation went up. Same situation with gas. Let's say the gas price went up by 50 cents tonight, but this gas station bought gas when the rate was 50 cents less. But now because the rate went up, the gas station will sell the same gas at a higher profit. So this has been going on. This is a disparity, and I don't see any way to fix this, because who will show them the purchase order, the purchases of the stuff, the inventory the businesses buy, when they buy, how much they buy, and how much they sell? The government may not even have enough manpower to handle that kind of stuff. But this is where businesses made a lot of money. That's indicated in this report, IRIS. I just came across this report today itself. I wasn't aware of it. But this so synced with what I spoke about yesterday, that business should be discouraged. Okay, once your quota ends, once your supply ends, when you're buying after this date when inflation went up, sure, raise the price because you paid more. But when you paid less, why increase the price for that thing? Well, let's say the government can create a policy that inflation, the businesses can increase the prices 3 days or 5 days or 10 days after this announcement. Can it be done? I'm not sure. It's just a layman's mindset. I'm not an economist, but I'm just saying there has to be some means to handle that kind of component so the households cannot suffer, where corporations make money and we suffer as households.
Yeah, I think if there was a internal audit team to realize that that a price change can be delayed so the consumer can catch up. I think I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's very,
but I'm not sure how this can be effected, how they can make it, possible. Is there any way to handle that? I have no idea. I'm just throwing a thought over there, out in the environment. So if that can be done, that is a phenomenal thing.
Yeah. Have you seen many? Have you seen a great deal of change when you're shopping at the grocery shops now?
Yeah, I do. The things have gone way higher. The rates of every item, businesses have a very nice excuse about saying, oh, it is inflation. It's inflation, and you cannot debate with them. You just pay because you have read, you have been terrorized in the media that inflation has gone up. That's okay. We all say, yes, we will do that. And this is everywhere. Even think about yourself. Maybe you do the same thing, right? And nobody questions why the businesses are charging this much money. Did they just get it today, or it was in existence before that? This is what the IRIS Institute, the research, the information socio-economics, IRIS said the profit of Canadian corporations went up by more than 10% over the past 4 quarters. That is $91 billion. It's a lot and lot of money. A lot of money, my friend. A lot of money is going there.
Yes.
While you and me are suffering.
Is there any project in Abbotsford that you may want to talk about, or any interesting listing that you think can excite someone to move there?
Here's the interesting thing. There are lots of projects, but then there's been a little bit of a halt in the shovels in ground. As you've probably heard in Toronto, 10,000 units being shelved for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
That type of developer is waiting because of the material costs are extortionate, right? So, and then the house prices are going to be higher than expected. So, I think the general consensus, even for the developer side, things do go on, yes. However, they might put the brakes on a little while. I mean, there's projects all the way from Hope, Chilliwack. There's some in Abbotsford. There's 5 new developments phased out over the next few years here locally. Abbotsford having an international airport, that's definitely a good thing. And then the University of University of the Fraser Valley, UFV, very popular university for international students. So they're coming through and then getting educated here, and really kind of falling in love with the environment. At the end of the day, why wouldn't you want to move to BC, right? There's projects all the way up into Squamish as well. Now, how long they take to get shovels in ground, it's yet to be seen. So the current projects which are ongoing will continue, but the impact of the material cost is going to be significant. I was talking to a contractor the other day, and on some items, he said things have gone up 100%. So, and if you're doing a government job, how does that impact your final invoice? It can't.
Yep.
They don't respond in kind to, the market shifted and we need an adjustment on the acquisition of materials. So in reality, I think it's an interesting time at the present moment. So even the starts are taking their time. So have you seen any change on your side? I mean, I quoted from the Western Investor that 10,000 units in Toronto were on hold. Are you seeing anything with the new developments?
Well, that is true. I don't know the exact number, but the material costs have risen way up. The builders may not, but builders didn't buy the stuff today. The builders always have surplus of their material, but everyone has an excuse under the garb of inflation that the things have gone up. Home Depot had tons of lumber, but when the rates went up, they said, "Oh my God, we have supply issues." But do they buy on everyday basis? They don't buy on everyday basis. These guys are very clever about that. We are the ones who suffer all the time. They are very quick to increase the prices on an item that they probably purchased 4 months ago at $1, but now they are selling it instead of $3, they are selling it $15. In a small 2x4 lumber, you go pick up, oh my God, you are paying a lot of money for that. $7, $8 for the little silly piece that is crooked at so many points, you still end up paying the money to them. It's hitting the household. The household grocery bills are going up by close to 9%, 8.8%. I spoke about it yesterday. Inflation has really gone very high for a common household. Now the mortgage, if they're at a trigger point. So at trigger point, what it means that for those people
who are on variable mortgage rates, and the approvals were taken from spring of 2020 all the way to 2022, April. Those people who had capped variable rate, capped means they have a box that your payments will not go out of the box. The box will not bulge, it will stay the way it is, right? So that box is contributing some money towards interest, some money toward principal recapture. That is how Canadian mortgages are set up. That every payment should reduce principal and also pay interest. So that little box, now, so as the rate go up, let's say this much is 50-50, and then suddenly rates go up. Now, the upper portion is interest component, lower is principal component. Now what has going on, principal component is reducing, it's shrinking, and interest component is growing. There is a point when the whole box is occupied by interest payments only. There is no room for the principal part. Principal part is overflowing. Not only that, we discussed a scenario where under certain circumstances, I forgot, I think it was 2.45% rate when they got the mortgage. But today's rate is, let's say, 3.40%, 1% increase. If the payment was $2,005 and they were paying $707 towards the interest and remaining was going toward principal, today with the new rate, when the Bank of Canada even goes 50 basis point higher in the coming September announcement, so the payment of the interest component will be $2,000 and something close to $2,048. So $2,048 will be the interest component, but they have cap of paying $2,005 every month. So now the interest portion is higher than the capped variable rate, right? So then what happened? $2,005 are taken from the box, from the commitment they made, while $43 are coming out of their equity. It's negative equity. So they are losing $43 in payments. But if that situation continues, people won't be able to pay off their mortgages because the loan will keep rising up. As there is a negative equity there is no principal recapture, rather they owe principal to the bank now. So that is a point which we call a trigger point, the trigger rate. So we might reach the trigger rate in the next 50 basis point increase. If that happens, all those people who have capped variable payments will see change in their monthly mortgage payments. The bank is going to change their monthly payment amount by more than $300, $500, $700 based on how much money they owe the bank, how much loan they took. So those people are going to see a substantial increase in their monthly mortgage payments. So if you are not aware of this product, Amrit, capped variables are similar to fixed mortgages, but people pay a specific amount of payment to the lender every month toward their mortgage, right? But in where fixed mortgage stays constant, capped variable has two components that keep altering depending upon the rate. So when the rates are such that they cannot cover the entire payment, bank will enforce higher payment on people. They cannot say no to it. There will be no capped variable in the coming months. We are reaching a trigger point. People are going to see increase in their monthly mortgage payment regardless on your fixed mortgage payment for variable rate as well. We'll see that very soon.
Keep watching for changes, eh? So that's again, I think a tremendous amount of pressure has been put on the consumer again, in order to try and bring the inflation down. It's going to have a serious ramification for people who have purchased. Basically, you're illustrating someone who's maximized themselves to a limit.
Yep.
So taking a step back and really studying the market, having a consultation with a mortgage specialist, mortgage broker such as yourself, to analyze it quite concisely before making the move would be more sensible.
Yeah. So keep an eye on the numbers. Don't be scared. If you are able to buy a house today, buy today. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So when the rates were low, the piece of cake was right in front of you. You could just grab it. And the wall was very low. You could easily jump over the wall and pick up your apple or cake, whatever you like. But now the apple is right in front of your eyes too. It's same situation. It's there. But the problem is the wall has been raised so much that you have to jump over it in order to get the apple. So it's no good situation. When the rates were high, people could still, when the house prices were higher, people could still buy houses because interest rates were lower. But now, with the higher interest rate, even people cannot buy the houses which are at a lower prices. Lower, more than $300,000-$400,000, those houses are still out of reach. So life is not easy. It's not only the house price that you are looking at. Be aware of the rates on the other side too. Your ratios, the debt service ratios are very critical to get you the right mortgage. Mr. Sura, would you like to say something before we end up the program? We have 3 minutes left.
No, just to basically reiterate what you're saying is taking that, making a decision based on your current situation, analyze, and make sure that you're able to perform. Because at the end of the day, you don't want anything to come back and say, hey, we have to reconfigure some numbers. It'll put immense stress and financial pain on the consumer. So takes a little bit longer, but make the decision, which would be life changing. Maybe don't buy a bigger house. Maybe you'll suffice in a townhouse to start. So.
Yeah, that's where I see many people are steering toward. They're buying smaller houses. So the sales of smaller houses have picked up, definitely. That's why I keep saying, compare apple to apple. Compare townhouse to townhouse trends, compare details to details trends, and subcategories are the square footage, 2,000 square footage to be compared with 2,000 square footage, 3,000 square footage to be compared with 3,000 square footage. The numbers you're seeing on the screen here, they are composite number. They cannot serve any purpose. So if you are looking to get your situation analyzed deeply, you need to speak with a professional. If you don't have a realtor, you can call me, and if you are in Abbotsford, BC area, you can call Amrit Sura. 778-999-1531 is the phone to call. He is available 24/7 to help you out, move into your dream home. Thank you very much for watching our program. We have 1 minute left, but just like every other day, when we end the program, we talk about those people who left their families today and went back to God, where they came from. So PC24, ITV, Amrit Sura, myself, we all share your grief. May God give you strength to overcome the void, the vacuum created by the passing of your family member. May God bless their soul and save them from birth, rebirth, and all that. May we keep them in their heavenly abode forever. keep enjoying their legacies, keep enjoying their good memories, and live your life. Pass on your legacy to your children. Thank you very much. With that, we would like to say bye to you, Amrit, Sura.
Great, great. Well, have a good day, guys. We're going to see you soon. There's definitely going to be many changes up and coming.
Absolutely. Once again, if you are watching this TV program on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and share the channel. Really appreciate your gesture. Liking, subscribe will give us more latitude in providing more custom services to you. Thank you very much.